Hi everyone. I actually wanted to make this video for some people that had some confusion about navigating within the Blackboard classroom. So specifically for Surge 2502, your surgical laboratory practicum. So when you log on to bb.cod.edu and you go onto your Surge 2502 course, you're going to come up to this announcements page. The announcements page basically will have everything that you will need to know for that week. So right now I actually have posted a new announcement, which you should have also gotten through your dopage.edu email. All right, so please make sure that you check that out. The most important tab that you'll see here on the left that's highlighted in purple is the course modules. So when you click onto the course modules, this will take you to each module. Each module will equals 1 week that starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. And when you click onto module 1, it will take you to what you need to do for that week. So the first couple weeks are always going to feel like very overwhelming just because there's a little bit more that we have to do for the first couple weeks. But once we settle down and you guys start clinicals, it's not going to be as much to do weekly. So the first thing you guys are going to see is you're going to see the syllabus. The syllabus you do have to read and go over. And what you'll see, one of the attachments that you will download is going to be your COD Surgical Assistant Program Syllabus Acknowledgement Form. I don't care if you print this out and handwrite it and sign it, or if you do everything electronically, but I will need this and sent to codSAlogs@gmail.com by Sunday, all right? Then what you'll also see is you're going to see day 1 suture lab. The one thing that I did change here, you guys, is I did add on a day 1 checklist so you guys know what the expectation is for that specific day. So you must attend a Zoom lab meeting. I do offer 3 different sessions. I have from 6 a.m. to 6:45 a.m. I have 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, these hours or time frames can range depending on how many people come. If one person comes, this ends up being a one-on-one for that specific time frame. So sometimes it could take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. If more people come, typically it's 45 minutes to a little over an hour. So it really just depends. Another thing that you guys are expected to do are your competency videos for each and every competency that I have listed within every lab and or module. So for this week, your competency videos that are due by Sunday are your simple, interrupted, and instrument tie. So the directions are the competency video must show you demonstrating the competency. Please make sure you state your name and what competency you are performing. Then send your video to codSAlogs@gmail.com. Another thing that you are responsible are your practice logs. You must practice the competency. The goal is to do it 30 minutes a day. I know for this week or this day, we are doing a simple interrupted, but like I mentioned in lab earlier today, you guys, the more you do, then the more repetition you get, the better you get, as well as the efficiency of how well you are actually suturing. You'll see here, you guys, that there is basically how the Zoom meeting is going to be. I have the link, meeting, passcode. 45 minutes will go over the specific competencies, a minimum of 45 minutes of practicing on your own. The practice that you guys do within the lab as well as on your own afterwards can count towards your practice log. I mentioned about all the different videos here from the previous video, but what I do want to make sure that you guys realize are this simple interrupted stitch competency, for instance, does have a hyperlink to a downloadable Word file. And this is exactly what I am checking off on your competency video. So what you guys see here, it says the instructions, supplies. Some of you guys had asked how many knots or sutures am I going to be throwing for this simple interrupted. Specifically, I'm asking that you do 4 knots, all right? This is the paperwork that I will be signing off as I watch your videos, as well as this is what I'll be sending to you and or your clinical site to prove that you actually have done these clinical competencies satisfactory. Again, competency 2. Now going over the practice log, again, when you click onto this, again, I want you guys to really count how many minutes or hours that you are doing each day. This is being done and completed through the honesty, policy, and making sure that you print and sign. All right. And then I had texted all of you guys these videos, but you guys will see and have access to the videos that we've done for the lab. If for whatever reason you missed it, you are on call, you didn't get relieved on time. So you'll see all 4 videos of what I went over today. All right. Again, I just wanted to clarify that Surge 2501 is going to be mainly focusing on our textbook didactic information. So as you click onto your course 2501, again, just like 2502, all of your announcements and whatnot that are being emailed to your dupage.edu email are going to appear here. But here, you'll have to go onto course modules to get access to our weekly modules. And for this first week, we are going to go on to Module 1, Fluid and Electrolyte Management and Lab Values. So what I really want to show here is you're mainly going to see each week 3 different sections. Again, it's the first week, so it is a bit overkill with some of the things that are expected. But between weeks 2 through 16, you basically will have your discussion post, your responses, and your exam. So I will always have a checklist here for you guys, so you guys have an idea of what's expected for the week. This Intro to Blackboard and Online Learning section is basically your resources if you need help navigating through the course, you need help with the discussion board, as well as the exam. But mainly you're going to have these 2 folders. You'll have your resources folder once you click it. One thing that I do want to stress out to you guys is that the only mandatory reading within this resource folder is the textbook reading. So right here, I have the 10th edition. I do realize that there is a newer edition out, which is the 11th, or some people have the 9th or 8th edition, which is still okay. But your mandatory reading is going to be what comes from Schwartz's Principles of Surgery. I do have the key points on what you really should be focusing on within this chapter. And for those of you guys that just want that extra supplemental resources, I do have an outline as well as all these different things that are available to you just simply because the library on campus is not available. But these are all available to you if you just want some more clarification or in-depth learning. So we have some video lectures here, PDF, PowerPoint, and that sort of thing. The next thing that you guys are going to be or that we will be going over is going to be your activities folder. Your activities folder is basically everything that needs to be done. And typically you're going to have different types of due dates. I know in the welcome letter, I had mentioned that your discussion initial post will be due on Friday and your responses will be due on Sunday. However, because this is the first week and you have extra things that need to be done, the due dates are a little bit different. So you click onto activities and you'll see that you will have your module on discussion. I did put an example here for you guys on what kind of a discussion should generally look like. I'm not asking for 100 pages or even 100 paragraphs, but I do like note taking, so that is why my discussion is a little bit lengthier. But make sure you put down what the bullet points are really asking. I did also put here a student example response. So as you guys can see here, I do not have a one-word response or even a one-sentence response. You want to make sure that you're adding depth to the discussion. That could be anything from prompting and asking additional questions, or even upon reading the initial response of your classmate, you notice that they left something out, or that you want to further investigate something that they've kind of put in to their discussion, things like that. You want to steer away from saying, good job, I enjoyed reading your post. Even though that's very nice, it doesn't really add any depth to the discussion itself. All right. So going back to your Module 1 homepage, back to your activities, you're also going to see just for this week that you will have an introduction. This introduction, is going to be due on Thursday. You just have to say a little bit of yourself as well as include a picture so that we know how everyone looks like. Each week, like I mentioned in the welcome letter, you will have either an exam or quiz. All of the questions will be in multiple choice format. You will not have any fill in the blank, paragraph, true or false matching, just simply because I want to stay true to how your certification exam is going to be. With that being said, you will be getting timed on these exams. Depending on the content and the length of the exam. If it's a shorter, easier chapter, it's going to be anywhere from 1.5 to 2 minutes per question. And anything that kind of requires a little bit more critical thinking, you'll have anything from 2 to 2.5 minutes per question. Again, you will have to read over the 2501 syllabus and turn in the acknowledgement form to COD SA logs. If you guys haven't noticed, we basically utilize the COD SA logs pretty much for anything that needs to be turned in. That's going to be anything clinically related, lab related, and or homework. I check that every day. So if you also need to follow up with any questions, feel free to contact me and through that email as well. So if you guys need any additional help, please either email me and give me a text. If you end up texting me pretty late, I will let you know that I won't get back to you until the following day. I am pretty much up around 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning. So if you need to get a hold of me then, feel free to either call or text me at that time. Good luck with everything, and I will see you guys soon.